It's a meme, right? A joke Pokemon? I mean, it wouldn't be the first Pokemon they made just for a joke. But I mean, like, that is literally the pose Patrick Star does in the Spongebob Squarepants movie. But also, perhaps non-coincidentally, in episode 7 of the original Pokemon anime, when Misty first battles Ash, she uses a Staryu and does this very pose. Dramatic. Alright, well, when it comes to explaining what it is and why it looks the way it does, I'll assume you've already seen our video covering Staryu and Starmie. But as a quick refresher on the most important bits, Starfish Aliens are a big trope, especially in Japan. And as several Pokédex entries for Staryu and Starmie point out, these Pokémon have always had a connection to space. The Starfish Alien trope started with the award-winning Japanese Showa-era film Warning from Space. Some dub it a kaiju movie without kaijus, thanks to having much of the same plot points, special effects, acting style, and so on. That point is important for later, but look, the aliens have the same flashing while communicating gemstone eyes in their centers and all. And actually, Mega Starmie's Pokédex entry explains its movements have become more human-like. Whether it's simply trying to communicate or wants to supplant humanity is unclear. In Warning from Space, these Starfish Aliens have a goal. They are trying to warn humans of a grave danger. A rogue planet is on a collision course with Earth. They unsuccessfully try and try again to get their message across, but their anatomy is totally different from ours, so they scare everyone away, seen as a threat. They are monsters. They are the grave danger here to supplant humanity. So their final plan is to disguise one of their own to resemble a human, send them to Earth, and relay the message. Drama ensues as once again humans worry they are being replaced by aliens. And that's kind of literally Mega Starmie's Dex entry. Does it want to supplant humanity? Is it just trying to communicate? This Starfish Alien has become more human-like. Honestly, I think we very well could leave Mega Starmie's explanation at that and it'd be satisfactory, and yet there's more. But first, take a look at this gameplay right here. Looks like a pretty cool indie creature collector, especially considering this is pre-alpha footage of this video's sponsor, Elestrals Awakened for PC and Nintendo Switch. If a game combined the adventuring of RPG exploration with monster catching and bullet hell bosses, this is what you'd get. And for a very limited time, you can help it achieve stretch goals and reach fruition by backing it on Kickstarter. With 8 different Elestrals to start with, you'll explore a world inspired by Greek mythology to uncover its mysteries and magic, all while ascending your Elestrals into more powerful and helpful forms, both in battle and in the overworld as you solve puzzles and explore dungeons, or even hunt for the shiny, stellar rare Elestrals. It's all honestly a specific and promising twist on the monster-catching genre I haven't seen before, and that's what's most exciting to me. But the time to back it is limited. This is your one and only chance to obtain alpha and beta access, become an NPC or caster in the game, or receive exclusive rewards and promo packs. I have personally backed it now as well, and sincerely hope you check it out for yourself too. There is a link at the top of this video's description for you to go smooch. Do not smooch real starfish though, but do briefly consider the famous factoid that starfish can lose their limbs and regrow them. If a starfish were to lose 3 adjacent limbs and was in the process of regrowing them while the other 2 were fully grown, yeah, it would have these exact same proportions. And as we see in the anime, these Pokemon are voiced and animated like your stereotypical Super Sentai hero, a Power Ranger. And sure enough, they got legs, and they make these dramatic heroic poses like this too. Now think about it, the majority of the monsters of the week they always feature, no matter what animal or alien they are based on, they always wind up being just more humanoid when powered up with kaiju magic, because of course they do. They're played by a person in a suit. It is a staple of the Super Sentai genre, the kaiju genre, or heck, just the capabilities of special effects at the time. The original Alien has this problem, man. How's that supposed to be scary on reveal? Monsters in movies and shows of this time can always start as a whatever, but their fully powered up forms are always obvious man in costume. The growing kaiju-sized aspect common in Super Sentai shows goes back to Ultraman, one of the OG Kyodai heroes, a tokusatsu subgenre. Rather than having a group of heroes join their robots to make a big robot or whatever, Ultraman himself grows huge. And of course does a lot of the dramatic poses and flying through the air the entire genre is known for, just like these 2 Pokemon. But you know what? Notice the size difference when Starmie Mega evolves. That is a significant size difference, from holdable backpack sized to full-grown adult sized. Almost like it's a man in a suit. This almost makes me wonder if this was planned to be a Gigantamax form that they recycled. Some of the other new Megas feel like that too, huh? So that's all it is, right? Surely it's not a reference to Patrick Star in Pokemon. Please. I get enough of this kind of thing in MTG. Well, that might be all it is at a more surface level, but there's one fun bit of Pokemon development lore to be brought up here, as this may be a bit of a meta joke. So this is Mewtwo being made in a cloning pod, right? Well, similarly, this is Gygas. Or Gigas? Gygas? Jaguar? The antagonist from Mother, aka Earthbound. People online have long compared them since they're both alien-looking super psychics in a pod-like machine. But it's of course worth mentioning that both of these designs went through the same game dev company, Ape Inc., which later rebranded into Creatures Inc., one of the co-owners of the Pokemon company. They worked on a few games before they got involved with Pokemon, Earthbound being the most well-known. Its plot in a single sentence is, psychic aliens are invading Earth to plunge it into darkness, and only Ness and his friends with their psychic powers can stop them. Those aliens? Starmen, mostly, who do the exact same pose as this Mega Starmie, and the strongest Starmen get extra spikes on their shoulders, kind of akin to the extra spinny spikes on the back of Starmie. And Starmen, of course, have connections to PSI or psychic ability, so just like Starmie. And again, Staryu and Starmie were always based on the Starfish Alien trope ever since the award-winning Japanese Showa-era film Warning from Space featured them. Which I bring up again because I literally just reached the Starmie side quest in the game, which mostly just reinforces the Starfish Alien trope. Replace this gathering of supposed psychic Starmie fanatics with gatherings of folks believing aliens are coming to pick them up, and there's little difference. But also, the leader of the cult has similar wavy hair and a similar devoid of most emotion demeanor that the disguised Starfish Alien in the movie had. And after a haircut and an outfit change, the alien even wears very dark blue, again, similar to this mysterious lady. So I do believe, fingers crossed, all of them, that this is the intended reference. That's as far as Mega Starmie goes. It being movie Patrick or even the Starfleet insignia from Star Trek is just a coincidence. Even though Star Trek is a global cultural sci-fi icon and that Captain Jean-Luc Picard himself is French, just like the game introducing Mega Starmie. And final bonus fact, this insignia is already referenced in Pokemon directly, as is said captain. In the Electric Tale of Pikachu manga, Jean-Luc Pikachu is Pikachu's actual canon nickname in this particular manga series. And not just as a localizer pun joke in English, no, it's in the original Japanese manga too. See, he has the little insignia pinned on him. Ain't that cute? So there is precedent in referencing Star Trek again in Pokemon, but I think ultimately Mega Starmie is both a silly joke mega and a callback to the roots of Creatures Inc. I hope. Oh gosh. Maybe we'll know more when Mega Starmie gets its anime episode. I hope it doesn't become just one big Star Trek reference. But thanks for watching, and for all your support. Never stop using your noggin, and may the Force be with you.